a data crushing fucking of a Commodore. He was a mongohorde of a checkerboard. He was shocked and all with an intercore and a thing for the extinction of the dinosaurs.
Okay, so here's what's going on.
So, just to talk shop for a second on like the actual editing front, I have discovered a technique that has revolutionized edit, and this may be something you just do instinctively.
Okay.
But I have leveraged the ability to run multiple instances of Audacity to keep a few projects open.
I've never done that before. Okay.
I built my computer. It's like it was a pretty good computer in like 2020. So it's like it's really good at the computer stuff. For the most part, it's starting to show some age. But so I'll get the tracks. I will ethically obtain the tracks.
Ethically, yeah.
And I will import them into their own project. Audacity builds all the data files. And then it shares it between all the. I'm kind of taking this out of my ass a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on a computing level, but I assume because I was just hitting because even though my computer's like good, Audacity just chugs with audio files this size.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of. If you're not doing it right, if you haven't learned the program's rhythms, there's just a lot of sitting and going like, all right, we're waiting for that to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Like even just like you zoom out too fast, it's going to say not responding for like a minute.
Right.
But anyway, to avoid a lot of that, get all the music just in one file prepackaged. And then I'm just highlighting and copy pasting into the podcast project.
That's really smart. I'll have to see if I can take advantage of that at some future episode.
Just like this will conceivably work for anything where it's like you've got a library of clips that you want to work through or introduce into the show, which is just like always a value add. People love it. I love hearing it. I love like I mean, it's also like I feel very convicted and inspired by the Worst of All Possible World guys, because again they're like the amount of work they're putting into it, they're not paid enough for what they're doing with that show, and I'm so glad it's as successful as it is.
Definitely.
But if it's like you got a bunch going, and of course I'm sure they actually have like Adobe Audition or Pro Tools.
They do because I at one point asked AJ how they made their the videos they use, their promo videos they do, and he's like, I'll show you how. And then it was like he was like, this will use everything in the Adobe suite. I'm like, well, I don't have everything in the Adobe suite, so I guess this is not for me until I'm ready to buy After Effects, which I'm not.
Dude, honestly, there's a ton of really good open source and freeware video editing stuff now. Like, I mean,
I have Premiere though, so I do still have the video editing.
Okay.
It's like just not the After Effects stuff is like the more.
Okay,
I don't need it.
Get Blender. No, you don't need it. But Blender, extremely good, pro level, open source, completely free.
Okay.
Also serves as a video editor, but you can do everything: 3D modeling, animation, VFX, compositing. It's intimidating. It's fucked up. It's hard to use. But because of that, there's like a really good community. It's just I haven't taken the time to like. I just haven't worked with video a lot in a really long time.
Me neither.
Yeah, but I've poked around in it, and you can do so much, and it's just nothing. And then another thing I've acquired but have not spent time on is Blackmagic Design or DaVinci Resolve. So it's an Adobe Premiere competitor, but it's a freeware because Blackmagic Design is primarily a hardware company. But they just happened to develop really badass software and just decided to give it out for free.
That's dope.
And then I'm sure there's like, I'm sure now like the pay to play feature is AI bullshit, but like I've just got like an old version anyway. Yeah. So we're in a great era where like you can get pro level production software. Like without, like, as long as you've got a laptop, you can run most of this stuff. Pro tip: if you think your computer's badass enough to handle 2 instances of Audacity,
I might take advantage of that. Well, because Audacity isn't very slow for me, so I think I might be able to. For whatever reason, I guess Mac must not have as many issues with, which is weird because I feel like Audacity would be the other way around.
Somebody's gonna like, if I decide to include this entire tangent, somebody's gonna be like, oh no, that's a you problem. Your computer's just fucked up. Which could very well be the case,
it
right?
Could be. But I do know what you mean. Like, I don't have the zooming out problem you described, but I do have like, you're adding a file and then you have to like sit there for 2 minutes while it's loading in, and takes a while.
Just struggling between some tasks, but like the actual editing, like, seamless,
very seamless. There is very little reason, I like, when you're doing what, like, the kind of thing we're doing here, there's no reason not to just use Audacity. I don't think you need Audition or whatever. Like, talked to Justin from Rock Hard Caucus. He also uses Audacity. We were just talking about like, there's no reason not to use it. And he's like, even projects I've done where I use Audition or whatever, I'll still run things through Audacity to get the noise remover function because it's so good. It's better than a lot of the Adobe shit.
Oh, dude, it's I think it might even be like a free plugin, but no, there's like other way cheaper shit that is way better at noise suppression. It's like, Audacity is really like, it's just highlight, hit the analyze button, and then run through it again to apply the effect.
It's very seamless.
About as it's the best like risk reward payoff. Like, I mean, it's you're not spending hours tweaking it, because that's what a lot of noise suppression winds up being, is like, it's a glorified EQ that you wind up tweaking. Well,
and even the stuff that is like similar to the noise reduction in Audacity, they're trying to achieve it via like AI stuff right now. So it uses a ton more energy or whatever to do the same thing fundamentally, which is kind of crazy. Because I know Adobe has some like noise reduction stuff that's AI right now. Because
they're really pushing it.
They're really pushing it. The one thing I will say about Adobe, as annoying as the AI stuff is at the very least, unlike Canva or something like that, Adobe has to be used by professionals enough that they do make sure the AI stuff like works. When they add it, there are multiple AI things in Adobe where I go, I can see the reason you would use that. It's like with Canva. It's like, I don't know why anyone would use that.
I have to use it for work to do like just really basic photography stuff. But like, I ignore most of it. I've found that like, you just use the adjustment tools and I'm faster at just like hitting the right parameters, because I have a basic, like, I've edited photos before, like, it's like, okay, I know what the problem is. I know what to adjust to get this like legible and useful for purpose. Like, this is not, it's not fine photography. It's documentary, like,
right.
Let me be super vague about that.
Well, so like, okay, with my job that I haven't gotten to talk about on the podcast much, with the funeral home, one of the things I'm doing with that job is that like, we make like a kind of slideshow or whatever for people to pass. So they submit a bunch of pictures and, have like, usually plays on the TVs while people are coming in. Right. And one of the things that involves is scanning, Polaroids and old pictures from like the 50s and the whatever, right? And then you have to get into Photoshop and clean them up usually because they're usually scratched up and shit. That is the only use I have found for an AI thing. The only time, because sometimes you'll have a really gnarly scratch down it, and if you select it, it knows how to AI generate using the rest of the image to make it look seamless. That being said, it's still a 50-50 whether it looked good or not, or whether you have to undo it and figure out a different way to do it.
No, it's like automation for those tools is great, but there's better. They were doing stuff like this without using LLMs.
Yeah, I mean, I basically use all the other ones first, and if none of them work, then I try.
It's the tool of last resort. Right. Yeah. It's got to be the nuclear option. Right.
Yeah.
It's got to be a tool of last resort in a well-defined situation with a result that is known or an achievable goal.
This is the only stuff I am okay with AI when it is just functionally a tool. It's very limited. It's not going to change the fucking world. Kind of like this is a type of AI, although I'm not sure it follows quite the LLM thing. But like I take a lot of advantage of Premiere has like Adobe Suite has like an auto transcribe. And, the promo videos I do for this podcast would be very obnoxious if I didn't have that function. Because I can auto-transcribe. You still have to copy edit. You still have to go down, and it still does not always know what the fuck you're saying. Especially if you're like me and you, interrupt yourself mid-sentence and change direction. It's like, I don't know what you're trying to say. But
the human spirit prevails. My uhs and ums, that is most of what I'm listening to when I go back over this stuff.
Dude, the amount of I don't think people don't realize, because they listen to an edited product. They don't get to hear the raw files of a podcast very often. Do not realize how many ums I cut out of this show. And you cut out of the Music Exchange episodes.
I don't know. And there's still a ton that just stay in because they're in the middle of something that I can't chop up.
Too awkward if you cut it out. Sometimes I have a part of me that kind of likes the way that talking sounds. And so sometimes I will keep like an or a weird thing someone does because I just kind of like how it sounds, which is probably bad, like not best practices. If I was doing this professionally, they would be like, cut that out, you dipshit. But
yeah. No, I mean, it preserves the chat and hangout feel.
Yes, that's
a naturalistic thing. But I'm also, I'm interested in improving my performance at the same time. Like that.
Stuff. Well, I think it's actually very fitting to do a cold open about AI for this one, like we just did. Because one of the albums, at the very least, is very much literally about that, about computers taking over your life. And the other two is about that in spirit.
It's from a very specific perspective. It is talking about the consequences of the forces at play.
Yes.
And honestly, God, yeah, I mean, my pick there, I'm just like, wow, these guys kind of nailed it on the head in 2013. They're like, this is the way it's going to be.
It's kind of amazing that record came out in 2012, 2013, whatever.
Because going back, it's like, it feels like the most 2025 record possible. You could shelve it alongside that Sect record, and I'd be like, these are about the same exact things.
I would say if we had a different theme for this episode, which, the theme for this was, as Josh picked out, it was impending doom. That's kind of the general theme here. This was a preview for a Patreon-only episode. So check out the show notes if you want to hear more.